Hello, and welcome to Rave History. Today, we're going to look at mutation. In fact, in human design, there are two very significant mutations. One that took place a long time ago, and one, well, that's right around the corner. And we're going to begin with the one that happened a long time ago, that is between 85,000 and 90,000 years ago. We had a mutation in the larynx. If you watch the nature of a baby, one of the things that you notice about babies when they come into the world, that they have a very unusual gift. The gift that they have is that they are able to drink and breathe at the same time. As a matter of fact, that is the same phenomena that exists in our evolutionary relatives, the primates. This ability to both drink and breathe at the same time. 85,000 years ago, we had this mutation in the larynx. It took place in a single female that the journals often refer to as Eve. This mutation is carried forward by all females, and it's a mutation that takes hold, well, normally about 8 or 9 months after the birth. And the moment that that mutation takes hold, we all know that suddenly children are no longer able, the babies, to drink and breathe at the same time. They begin to spit up. It becomes very uncomfortable for them. We, humans, Homo sapien intransitus, it is not possible for us to do this. Now, the byproduct of this is that this mutation that took place in the larynx, what actually happened was that the larynx dropped. Basically what happens is that it opened up a different kind of vocal chamber that provided all kinds of new opportunities for the ability to bring nuance to sound making. In terms of human design, this mutation took place in the 12th gate and the 11th gate. Primarily in the 12th gate, the individual gate in the throat, the gate of standstill. Now, the 12th gate is a stop codon. It's very special in the way in which we operate. But it is the great gate of articulation. Articulation. The ability to be able to express and explain mutation. The ability through verbalization to mutate the other. It is a very powerful gate. And it represents the fundamental transformation of humanity to a higher level of potential. That higher level of potential, all rooted in the function of the throat center, in the ability of us to be able to bring great diversity to the kinds of sounds that we made. You're listening to them now. This great diversity became what we call language. The ability to be able to not simply, articulate fundamental sounds of fear and joy, but to be able to bring all kinds of nuances in sound formulas. Now, the 12th gate, its opposition is the 11th gate. And the 11th gate, the gate of ideas, the gate called peace, is sitting in the ajna center, where we conceptualize. The 11th gate is about the ideas that emerge through experience, and that these experiential concepts are the ways in which we review our history and, in fact, perhaps inspire our present. Now, everything about the relationship between the 12th gate and the 11th gate is the opening up of the ability for human beings to be able to articulate, and to articulate in a nuanced manner, simultaneously empowered us at the mental level to begin to store this specific information in these codes. It is what made the seven-centered being possible. It gave the seven-centered being and its strategic approach to life a unique power. The power to be able to organize, and to be able to organize through very sophisticated communication. If you're looking at all of the things about the nature of being, the one thing that is so obvious about the seven-centered being, our ancestor, is that the only thing that gave them an ability to rise up above all the other forms of life on this plane, to dominate this plane, was this mutation. This mutation that provided the human that was not as tough, not as strong, not as fast as its competitors in the world of survival, but this ability to communicate, and to communicate strategically. You go over there, and you go over there, and I'll go over here, and we'll catch that thing in the middle. It created this enormous potential in the seven-centered being, and it refined the ongoing development of our potential for cognition. It was all about survival. It was all about gaining power. The mutation in the throat, the first great mutation, opened up for us the possibility that we now have in front of us, to be able to express the deepest and most profound levels of cognition to each other. It began in the throat.